Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Crooked Sticks, the community of conversation. I'm your host, Gabriel Brown. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you guys are all doing well. And I wanted to get on here and just talk about a moment the other day where the Lord revealed something to me about myself and where I am in my walk with the Lord. And I hope that you guys can just all find this encouraging. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. And so the other day I was in the shower, got off of work, finished working out, and I'm just in the shower. I don't even know. I mean, I like to say that sometimes I think to myself or talk to myself in the shower, which is weird. I'm not going to lie. That's pretty odd. But I don't know. Today was just different. And I'm sitting there just thinking to myself. And I believe I prayed or I was reading the word beforehand, but I'm just thinking to myself and I had this thought. And I believe the Lord placed it there. Or I believe the Lord was saying, do you know why you don't fully trust me yet? And I wasn't sure why. And the Lord said, well, if you look at when you're sitting down and you sit down in a chair, you put your full weight and trust into the fact that that chair is going to hold you up. But again, that also didn't happen overnight. If you think about it, the first time you ever saw a chair or ever sat in one, you probably were way too young to remember. But I bet your parents probably remember the first time we sat down. You probably fell over. You might have even missed the chair completely. But after months and years of coming back to this same object, you know what to expect. You know that this chair is built and is designed to hold you up. And in the same way, I am built to hold you up. I am built to provide for you. I am built to sustain you. I am built, literally, the Lord is built different. Your understanding of my ability to hold you up will not come so easily. It won't come overnight. You can pray, you can read my word, but if you have no expectation of what to find when you come to seek me, how are you going to trust me? And so it hit me that the same way that I would come to my car and turn the key in the ignition and expect it to start, or the same way I would go to the fridge and expect it to be food. Or, if I stick my hand in the fire, I expect it to be hot. That just comes from experience and knowing and understanding and seeking and exploring. If I can do all these things in other areas of my life, why should I expect my knowledge and understanding of the Lord to be any different? And I thought that was so profound. There's another thing that he revealed to me. I was actually writing this all down. And one of the things he revealed to me was, your prayer and your Bible, my word, so to speak, it's like a tool belt, right? It's like a hammer. The first time that your father gave you a hammer, or you ever picked up a hammer, you tried to use it, you probably missed the nail multiple times. You might have even hit your hand. You might have even hit your dad's hand if he was holding up the nail, right? But just because you missed the first or second time, obviously, where you are now in life, you know how to use a hammer. At least I would hope so. And that didn't come or just happen automatically overnight. It happened because your father gave you the opportunity to continue to better yourself in this craft and this skill. You had to come back to it daily. And honestly, in the right hands, a hammer can either be a tool to build a house or something destructive to tear it down. In the same way, the Lord has given us tools. The Lord has given us things to be able to wage spiritual warfare or to be able to connect with him and connect with others, right? This Bible that we have is a universal tool that we have been equipped with for anything. But if we do not take the time to practice and to use it and to learn it, we won't be comfortable when the time becomes necessary to use it. There's a reason why a carpenter or a contractor has so much experience and so much composure when building a house. It's because they've done it before. There's a reason why a soldier, when put in the face of battle, they're used to it because they've been seasoned in training. Going to church, prayer, Bible study, these are all good things to be a part of. But our walk with the Lord is our walk with the Lord. And while we can't do this apart from others, we certainly cannot do it apart from Him. If I would seek the Lord as much as I seek everything else in life, I probably would know Him more than everything else. There are moments when I prayed things, and maybe I believe it for someone else, but when it comes to myself, I doubt. And honestly, I didn't realize that until just now, but, I could pray for a friend and I could really believe it to be so. I could see the fruits of that prayer, but usually when praying something for myself, God usually takes me through a process of actually believing in what I'm praying and believing in what I'm asking for myself. There are some verses in the Bible that I could point to. So this first Bible verse is going to be James. Let's see what we got going on. So it's coming from James chapter 5. It says, if any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you. But when you ask, you must believe and not doubt, because the one who doubts is like a wave of the sea blown and tossed by the wind. That person should not expect to receive anything from the Lord. Such a person is double-minded and unstable in all they do. And this is one verse, or I guess one portion of James, one portion of the Bible that has at times been easy to understand, and then at times has required the Lord to stretch my understanding of it. And truly, I don't think that this is by accident. I think it's completely by design that the Lord is putting me through struggles and things to be able to trust Him more, to understand Him more. If my faith were to stay where it was a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I would not be any better than I am now. I would not have known the Lord better than I don't know Him now. But I also would not be any closer to the Lord than I am now. There's a verse in the Bible, we're going to look this up too, and it's specifically having to do with hardship. So this is coming from Hebrews, the beginning of verse 4, but it says, God disciplines His children. That's the title of this section. All right, Hebrews 12, reading of verse 4, and it says, in your struggle against sin, you have not yet resisted to the point of shedding your blood. Now have you completely forgotten this word of encouragement that addresses you as a father addresses his son? It says, my son, do not make light of the Lord's discipline, and do not lose heart when He rebukes you, because the Lord disciplines the one He loves, and He chastens everyone He accepts as His son. Endure hardship as discipline. God is treating you as His children, for what children are not disciplined by their father? If you are not disciplined, and everything undergoes discipline, then you are not legitimate, not true sons and daughters at all. Moreover, we have all had human fathers who disciplined us, and we respected them for it. How much more should we submit to the Father of spirits and live? They disciplined us for a little, while as they thought best, but God disciplines us for our good, in order that we may share in His holiness. No discipline seems pleasant at the time, but painful. Later on, however, it produces a harvest of righteousness and peace for those who have been trained by it. Therefore, strengthen your feeble arms and weak knees. Make level paths for your feet, so that the lame may not be disabled, but rather healed. So at the end of everything that I've said, the one thing that I want to leave you guys with, to encourage you, this level of trust isn't built overnight. This ability to trust in the Lord and to share these things with Him that are truly in your heart, that are truly weighing you down, it doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. And who are we to get mad at the Lord when we're the ones who don't fully trust him? How can the Lord truly operate on our behalf if we don't believe he will operate on our behalf in the first place? That doesn't mean that the Lord cannot step in, cannot redirect our path or place his hand of protection for our good. But God does not seek to want to bail us out every time. God seeks a relationship with us. He seeks connection with his people. And he seeks us to seek him. So ladies and gentlemen, that will do it for today's episode. I hope you guys all found this encouraging. In the meantime, if you're interested in more episodes, we do have a full catalog, so go ahead and take a listen to those episodes as well. If you haven't already, be sure to check us out on Instagram and check out my personal YouTube channel and my personal Instagram page at gabriel.b.planet. Gabriel B. Planet. This is a new project that I'm working on, and so go ahead and follow me on those platforms, and we're going to be doing some incredible things very soon. So my prayer for you all is that you guys walk into the rest of this week with boldness and with encouragement to continue to seek the Lord, not that he may bail you out or that you may get something in return, but that you may seek him to know him better than you did yesterday. I think if we make little steps every single day to seek out the Lord in our daily life, we will be amazed in a week, in a month, in a year, how much closer we've grown and how much more we know the Lord. And this isn't just an encouragement to you, but this is also an encouragement to myself. All right, that's it. That's all I have to say, guys. I hope you guys are doing well, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.